Good morning, May 20th, 2020. I'm Pastor Rusty, and this is your daily inspo. Well, today's the 20th. Church Council's meeting tonight. We're going to talk about how we're going to get back together, make sure that we keep all the protocols and keep everybody safe. So y'all be in prayer for the Church Council and the leaders of your church, and for one another. Several prayer requests to keep in mind, and most of you know about those, and for a while I'll just leave it there. Good day. It's cold out here. I'm sitting on my deck this morning getting ready to do a little work, and it's brisk, but it's invigorating. I kind of like the cool, and I like the overcast, and I'm one of those strange ones. Let's get into today's verse. Well, we're going to close out Sermon on the Mount today. When it was all finished, when Jesus had taught everything about the house on the sand, the house on the rock, and all the other teachings of chapters 5, 6, and 7 of Matthew, it says in verse 28 of chapter 7, it says, "Now when Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority, not as their scribes." Now, think about this. The scribes were the ones who would say, well, this is what the scripture means, and this is the way we ought to apply this, and it was very politically influenced. You had the scribes and the Pharisees, and they had political agendas, even though it was religio-politics, which politics always finds its way into religion. It's an amazing thing. No place for it to be, but there it is nonetheless. And so when Jesus taught these things, he taught them, well, obviously as the author and the creator of the law and the understanding of the law, and the he gave birth to the Jewish nation and led them out, and he knew what he was talking about. And what he did is he went back and fixed what had been taught wrong, skewed for all those years. And so the people themselves were actually receiving the enlightened word from the Creator himself. And he set things straight. So when we look back over the Sermon on the Mount, that's one of the things that we need to consider, that this is teaching from Jesus Christ himself. Greatest message, greatest sermon ever preached. Again, it's taken me 30-some weeks to walk through this thing. Not 30-some weeks, I'm sorry. Over 30 days to walk through this thing. And just, it's so power-packed with things that enhance life. You see, Jesus came to give us life. The thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Jesus says, I have come that they may have life, and that they may have it to the full, or abundantly. So abundant living. So Jesus lays out a lot of things on how we should treat one another, how we should, consider God, and how we should pray, and how we should treat our neighbor, and how we should live our life. We should live our life based upon the rock. That rock is Jesus. So, take this into consideration today. He has the authority. You can't go wrong with walking his path. Now, the world may disagree with you. The world may see it differently. They may think you're a nut or a zealot just by simply loving people and loving God. But so be it. What Job say? If he slay me, yet will I serve him. That's up to you today, to serve him. Serve you, serve him. I hope this goes with you today, and I hope you have a glorious day. And remember, this is the day the Lord hath made. Rejoice and be glad in it. I'll see you tomorrow.